Welcome to what will be first in many videos from AAF of Japan. AAF is Advanced Aerial Films of Japan, and although our focus is primarily on films, we're also starting to expand into smaller FPV vehicles and especially FPV racers. I build them, and I'm also designing some for the future here, so keep your eyes open for what we have to come. So what we have here is a package that came from Infinity Hobby. It's the first time I've ever ordered from them. I live in Japan, and the package came from Taiwan, and it was here in about 2.5 days. Realistically, it was about 2 days. I ordered it on Sunday night, very late at night, and it was in the mail by early afternoon the next day, and their notifications were very quick. I went with DHL rather than the FedEx. FedEx doesn't really usually get to me very quickly. And so, the main focus of what I have in here is going to be a gimbal I bought. But I'll just show you really quickly the other items I got. I got the Alien power distributor for an octocopter. I'll be using it on the quadcopter that may eventually get expanded into a H8 or X8 configuration. So, it's nice. It has LEDs on it. It has a 12 volt and a 5 volt EV ESC regulator. I also got a Pixhawk dampening plate. I also got one X8R Free Sky Tyrannus original, I think they call them PCB antennas, as well as a couple of the whisker type. And I bought whiskers in the past, and they were either, I believe, 15 centimeters or really long, like 30 centimeters. These are actually much shorter, and actually I like the fact that they're a little shorter. The long ones give you a little bit too much length, and it's kind of hard to, you have to reroute them just to keep them from dangling too far, getting chopped by propellers. And I also got a 6-position switch for the Free Sky Tyrannus, so that I can control all 6 modes on a single switch, which is nice. Nothing special here, just a GoPro Velcro strap for another gimbal I have. It's not really for this gimbal, so that's there. And a little FTDI tool so I can flash the OSD on my Pixhawk. Now here is what I'm most excited about. This is the Zihun, Chinese company, but maybe manufactured in Taiwan, brushless gimbal. What I've wanted forever was a GoPro gimbal with encoders, and if you don't know what encoders are, go to Basecam's website and you should be able to kind of get an idea of it. But I haven't been able to find one, and a lot of it is I think the companies don't want to put the extra money and resources into building them right now because they're selling their gimbals that have been around for a little while, and I'm sure they'll all jump on the bandwagon sooner or later. So I chose this gimbal because it looked really good. All the videos I'd seen were amazing, and it looked like a gimbal with encoders. And to give you an example of one gimbal that does have encoders would be the Zehun, the DJI stuff. But anyways, this is the Zihun Tiny2. And there's another company called BeSteady who makes the exact same gimbal as this, but branded differently. So let me get to this. This obviously is the part of the mounting plate, and I think you can either hang this or do a compression version of it, which is nice. I'm going to scoop this stuff out and this over a little bit so we can try and fit this all in here. Very cool thing is, as soon as you remove this, what do you see? A warranty card. And I don't think I've ever gotten a warranty card with a gimbal before, and I've bought at least half a dozen gimbals, I believe, so that's the nice thing to see. So we're going to open it backwards here. We just have a basic warranty card. It's got a date, so it looks like this was produced in August. It's in Chinese, so oh, there we go, English on the other side. Certificate. This product is permitted to leave the factory after a strict inspection. Inspection date August 31st, 2015. Okay, so that's nice. And here we go. Zihun or Zihun. Okay, ZihunTech.com. Check them out. And instruction manual, I'm not going to go through this right now, but you know, it is there, and I'm sure it's in English. Yeah, I see English as well as Chinese. And then here's the meat of it. And it's extremely simple. I did pull this out earlier just to have a look real quick when it came, but then I was not, I didn't have time to actually really get into it. So, the beauty of this from a construction point of view is that there is absolutely no wires except for this single JST coming out here. And there are plugs for the, looks like ground, 5 volt. That's right, this can actually power a receiver as well, which is awesome. So you can actually have this as a standalone unit without even being on a helicopter, and it'll power your receiver, so you don't need any other voltage source other than the battery that's going into this. It's mode switch, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, ground, AV, so it's got an AV out that can go to a GoPro, I believe, or from the GoPro to the Video TX. And then it's got a USB out, which is probably the, or USB in and out. It's probably the, for flashing the firmware and whatnot. Now, so everything else here is absolutely no cables. And it's got a Z there, presumably for Zihun. And then there's some Chinese lettering there, which I'll have to ask somebody to try and translate it. Quality control passed. And it's, for what it is, it's got to get a little bit of weight, but it's really, really small. Then there's a little box here that I haven't opened up yet. I'm guessing this is cables and stuff, and some hardware, because it has a little bit of weight to it. Okay, so I see right away there's the hanger hardware. There should be 2 of those in there at least. Oops, there's 1. There's 2. And wow, those are some pretty fat, maybe I guess about the same as the Zeus Cam and the Zanus type, but they seem fat. They're very soft. USB connector, and it even has the Z on it. A little bit of pride in product there. And the this is the GoPro AV out. And here is some of the hardware for, I believe this is for if you want to do the hanging version, because I've seen it where they just have 2 on the hanging version, and this would be the compression version, or they might work both together. I'll have to look into that as well. And they give you some extra rubbers here, the grommets. So a total of, I believe, at least 8 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wasn't that nice of them? But interestingly enough, I only see 2 of the little, these are, you put them through the mounting hardware and through the rubber piece, and it keeps it so that if you have a really hard crash, the gimbal doesn't go flying off because the rubbers will pull loose. So this keeps it from pulling loose. I usually use zip ties, and I don't use these, but I'll try these on this one. I've had bad experience with other ones. But there should be 4, I would think, but maybe they think that 2 is enough, but I'm guessing that that was a mistake there. And then here we go. This is the power. So they're giving you a way to, you don't even have to have your extra JSTs to dissect and make your connection to your battery or whatever you're going to do. I could actually, I believe, connect it directly to the 12 volt on this, but my plan is to run this either 4S or 6S. My main supply on most of my machines is 6S, so that would be okay. This is rated up to 6S, 3S to 6S. 4S might be a little bit more conservative, and I can put a very small 4S battery on the machine, and it wouldn't really add much weight to it. Okay, and then you have, so this is to go, I believe, to your receiver right here. Yeah, there you go. You got some, you got 1 regular servo and then 3 individual pieces of a servo. So I'll look into that and figure it all out later. That's about it. Oh, and here we go. This is for this little ground AV. So I guess this is, indeed, this goes out to your VTX. And the thing I waited till the end to tell you was that what I found out
after the purchase. There was some speculation by others that this may have encoders because of the way it acts. And I contacted the other branded version of this directly on rcgroups.com, and he confirmed that in fact it does have encoders, so that's awesome. And in short, encoders basically, it'll always return to center, where some gimbals drift, or sometimes you have them start to pitch down, or things can happen and it holds in the wrong position, and then before you know it you have a 10-minute flight video of your landing gear, and nobody wants that, except for maybe the landing gear manufacturer. So this will actually keep it centered, so even if it gets knocked around somehow or the G forces pull it around, it will find its center again, and that's awesome. And it also helps keep it balanced and smooth and steady, as you'll see in the videos you can look at online, and I will be posting some very shortly on my YouTube channel as well. Alright, so that is my short unboxing of the Tiny2 Zihun and hope you could bear with it. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit sick right now, so I sound a little bit congested. I hope you can hear me. And I haven't turned it on yet, but I can already recommend this gimbal. It is more expensive than most gimbals. It's about, the cheapest you're going to find is close to $300. I got mine a little bit cheaper, I think for about $275. So for me it's well worth it, because most gimbals I bought are in the 200 range, and as high as 240-ish, 250-ish. But this should be a no-hassle solution that I don't have to replace for a while, and that's what I want. And encoders, man. Alright, thanks for watching.